We're gonna round up some rabbit poo. Go ahead and lick if you want salty. And then
keeps you hydrated.
Oh goodness,
Good morning from the ridge. So we've been out once today already. I mean, you can see the sun's coming up. It's still fairly early, but we just got done with some breakfast and time to do a little bit work outside. Anyways, we did chores, went up, got breakfast, ate, and now we're gonna get some work done before it gets too unbearably hot. So we told y'all a while back, I don't think we ever showed any video of it, but told you, you know, that's one storm, couple series of storms ripped our greenhouse plastic just plumb off. So the structure's still good, everything's solid there, and the plastic was getting holes in a couple of the seam spots, and I thought, well, maybe the zip ties, but they're all pointed down. And truth be told, it was because we were running the sprinkler. So if you remember when we went to take a trip before, we put the sprinklers up and they were going over the tarp. So I think with the water hitting it all the time and then all that heavy hot sun, it just destroyed it. But it's a hot mess in here, y'all. I mean, it's a greenhouse, right? So what do you do with it in the off season? You store things. We've been trying to keep it a little neat and organized down here, but we're getting weeds. I put weed fabric, but evidently I missed some gaps. So what's gonna happen today is, or at least this morning, I'm gonna do some cleanup. A little bit of house cleaning in the greenhouse. There's always one. Normally, I'm actually shocked. Normally there's two. Time to start cleaning up this mess. Whew, we got some work. And then the sun gets too hot, I'll transition over and start working on stuff in the tiny house.
What are you doing in my garden? No, you don't belong here. You need to stop jumping out. Go. I don't want to hear your excuses. Nope, nope, don't even think about it. What do you have to say for yourself? Nope, nope, wrong way, wrong way. Wrong way. I don't know you. Yeah. Now what are you doing in there? What are you doing in there terrorizing the chicks? Huh? Oh, goodness. All right, 2 modifications. Ow, got something in my foot. Sorry. Hair gets pulled back, what I have left of it, and contacts come out because sweat's rolling in my eyeballs, and it makes my contacts burn, and then I can't see, and then I can't garden because I can't see. So, breakfast is had, laundry is still going, and we're ready to move some more tubs. So, be ready for that surprise. All right, guys, so we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 lick tubs taken into the greenhouse. So now I need to amend the soil that's in there. So I'm gonna be like digging up what's currently there. We're gonna round up some rabbit poo. Go ahead and lick if you want salty. And then
keeps you hydrated.
Oh goodness, Well, good morning from the ridge, y'all.
Good morning.
Woo. Oh, it's a hair, not a bug. All right, so we are in the garden for a little while today, and we've been working on some projects in the garden, and one of our most tedious tasks in the morning is watering. So we've got some surprises coming up in just a little bit, so we're gonna get to watering our way, which we're trying to fix. So follow along with that, and then we're gonna get into some good parts of this video. So, all right, we're gonna get started. Bye. All right, so clearly watering is our biggest chore in the morning. I think a lot of, and we did not have a failed garden. It did grow wonderfully, and we are getting tons of harvest, but there's always room for improvement, and one of them is our watering. It takes forever. It's not the best way. We've tried the sprinkler systems. We've tried just about everything within our capacity with a hose and water. So that's our biggest chore. So I'm gonna go back through right now, and I'm gonna harvest. It is just a beautiful morning on the ridge today. It's cool, but the sun's out, so it's warming you up. Beautiful. So I'm gonna go grab my harvest basket, and let's see what we have for today. That's gonna be a good one. All right, so as we're rounding out our summer garden, I'm gonna selectively pull some tomato plants that haven't really done anything good, so we can harvest the cages for the beans and in the greenhouse. I originally was gonna trellis up the side of the greenhouse, but as the weathers are dipping, it's about time to put the plastic back on the greenhouse. So this plant here, it always will look like it's going to produce, and you can see that there's a lot of romas growing, but then they get a certain size and they all do the blossom and drop. So it's just not a viable bush, vine, plant, whatever. So we're gonna harvest the cages out of this and harvest the dirt. So I've topped off all of my grow buckets inside the greenhouse. So I've not only topped it off, I've also added some good old rabbit poo for some extra. And so inside the greenhouse, now mind you, it's all an experiment because I've never done this. So I am going to plant zucchini again. Might be a little late, but I'm hoping that with the greenhouse and maybe a grow light or two, I can extend that season because I really, really love zucchini. And even though I have a boatload of it stored in the freezer, I want more. So I'm going to get these prepared. I am going to plant 2 zucchini per bucket, just in case some of them don't germinate, or I will thin them out because I will thin them out this time. Lesson learned. All right, are you guys ready for the exciting part? Babe, are we ready for the exciting part? Yeah, be right back. So now we get to the big surprise. So we had a company reach out to us, seeing the difficulties we were having with the watering system that we had going down. So they were kind enough to reach out to us and offer us an alternative. And so Raint Point, they sent us a water timer, and wherever that went, the water timer.
So you got, this is the main kit, and that's the kit number without the timer, but then they set an irrigation timer here. That's an irrigation display hub, 2-zone Wi-Fi water timer, and this is a Wi-Fi water flow meter.
So we should be able, and we'll have to figure it out, to monitor our plants watering from our phones. So they've given us enough to get started, and the price point is awesome. So I'm really excited because if we like this product, we're gonna outfit the entire garden for next year with this Raint Point system. So we are going to get it put together, and we are going to use them in the lick tubs that we have in the greenhouse. So, well,
we got bags of parts and some destruction, so I'm gonna look for pictures and see if I can figure out how this goes together. After opening the boxes and trying to figure out what was what, like they sent us the whole kit and caboodle. So we did get a one-touch, like just water drip irrigation. They did send us this. For this purpose though, because the other thing that they sent us was a Wi-Fi dual zone that we can control and set up timers through an app. I haven't downloaded the app yet, but then also in this box is a water usage. So I could see that, like we may end up adding that in. I want to see how the irrigation system works without that first, but then this will actually track how many gallons of water you use a day, week, month, whatever you set it up in the app. So what I've got are the big tees. We've stretched out the 3/8 hose, the main line, down. We've got just enough to go from one whole side of the greenhouse, which is gonna work because then I have enough tees. We have 12 lick tubs. There's 6 tees, 1 tee in between 2 lick tubs. And then we're gonna go into, we're gonna use the spray nozzles. So they sent us drip nozzles, but for right now, like we need to just test it out basic. So we're gonna go with a spray nozzle because what we're planting in there, we can spray the water at the base, and you can adjust each one of these. If you see the red collar, that twists right there, so you'll be able to adjust. So we'll have to go in once everything's hooked up, turn the system on, and adjust those. We tried to think of the most efficient way. Now you could leave it laying and just tuck the lines, but if we want to move these buckets in and out, we figured, hey, why not just be a little smarter about it for a couple minutes and zip tie it behind, because, well, what's a real job if you're not zip tying something, right? Maybe? Can I zip tie you? All right, so we have a tee Our 3/8 line goes in here, and then the 1/4 inch lines come out here to go. So I'm simply just gonna split our tubs. Cut that in half. Make sure to put the collar on first. Tighten the collar back. So that was nice and simple and easy. Literally just cut and put the T in. No tools other than something to cut with. Now when you get to the very end, because these kits are expandable, they have just a standard plug. So I'd always be able to come back later on and we can add to it, which we already know, yes, we'll be adding onto this system, but we want to try this initial setup. So all we've got is this, and now we got to get the 1/4 inch lines. All right, so now we got the main lines installed. So now we need to take our 1/4 inch hose and our little sprayers that I showed you. We're gonna put one in each one, and then I can cut the hose to length. I'm gonna go with, they probably need to be in the center.
Maybe a little deeper. So that it's getting more of the... My volunteer tomatoes, they popped up. We're gonna let them grow. They're in with the peas, so we'll see. They might get choked out, or they may not do anything. We don't know.
We had 12 tubs and only 10 of the sprayer nozzles, but we have these dripper nozzles. So what we're gonna do with these ones, we're gonna try these out in the lettuce. These things are easily changed in and out, so if we find that maybe it's not working so good for the lettuce, then we can always switch it and put it on like maybe the beans or something where dripping. But we're gonna see how they work first. So yeah, those are installed now. I did kind of realize that I could have shortened how much of this I used by making this main line down, but we're trying to keep some future proofing in mind. We're talking about, we're gonna have probably hanging baskets in here over the winter, or at least in the spring, to start flowers. And so it'll be easier for me to just get more of the bigger tees, and then it'll be a shorter line coming up. So we're just kind of splitting the difference. But yeah, I could have used less, but out of a 30-foot roll, that's what I got left.
Nice.
So this here is the irrigation, the smart irrigation display hub. I'll show you. This is the hub. So this is giving me today's date, time, what today's weather forecast, and you can do it where it'll bounce back to for 2 days. I've got a plan. It goes off at 5 a.m. and it shows me it's using 11.9 gallons. Outside temperature 78 with 53%, and then inside. In order for everything to work right, and it come out here, you can see me better. So for everything to work right, you need that hub on, because the waterer itself has to, you've got to be able to hook online, but the waterer is controlled through that hub and then through the app. Okay, so this is the app. I know the reflection and stuff is bad, y'all, but I'm not tech savvy enough. Agree to that. And so right here, gives you, this is the whole control, shows you everything basically that the display inside shows. And then right here, so you see that says offline because I don't have anything scheduled. This is my manual hose side. This is the one that we have all the sprinklers hooked to. And you just simply come in and it shows you what your last usage was. It has charts. If I want to manually do it, I can go to irrigation and change. It's a really simple setup. And so that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, if I could figure out this app, pretty much anybody can. It's a self-explanatory, but you've got to be able to download it through. It's not Raint Point. I looked through that before and I wasn't getting anything. Well then, you know, I did the right thing I should have done from the beginning, and I looked at the paperwork and it's on there. There's a QR code, you scan it, takes you to the HomGear app, and download that to your device, and then you can control everything. So if you're gone, you can turn your water on manually, or if you know, they do sell, and we didn't get those because I'm not planting in the ground. They have moisture sensors that you can hook with it, and if you notice your soil's too dry, you can add more time. So right now ours is doing pretty good at like 10 minutes every morning, and you just seen the plants. So yeah, guys, we'll make sure all the links and stuff will be down below to check out that Raint Point system, and it's easy to add on to, so go check it out. All right, we'll see you. The biggest thing we wanted to show you today was we've had this up for I think at this point a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks,
about 1 month I think is what we're at.
Yeah, and everything that's in here, so you've seen me do the setup. There's 12 tubs. Now we ended up pulling these ones out. These were our lettuces and the bugs got to them, so we had to pull them out. I forgot a green bean. But this is all stuff that she's replanted, and you can see how well.
And that was, these were volunteer tomato plants. That's actually my peas. So, but they were coming up nice and strong, so we left them. But I'll show you the difference between, because of the lettuce, I went ahead and treated these. But you can see how large these zucchini plants have gotten.
Yeah, I mean,
they're simply beautiful, and they range all the way down there, right? Well, I'm going to take you outside and I'm going to show you the same zucchini plants that I planted at the exact same time. Still doing well, but I'm hand watering these. So you can see the vast difference in size. And that, the only thing I can attribute that to is the watering system. So, I mean, you look at this plant here and compare it to that plant there, there's quite a distinct difference.
We will be putting the link for their website in there, because we know for sure, like, we're gonna be going and buying more of the product.
And there's also a discount code. Hi. There's also going to be a discount code for our subscribers to order. So we're really, really excited about all of that. And this is going to be an ongoing project because they have sent us some amazing products, and we're just not ready for all of them yet. But the ability to control the garden from inside the tiny house is going to be phenomenal. So we're going to let this off right here. go check out Raint Point. Amazing company to work with. I'm really pleased with the products, and yeah, it's going to be an ongoing adventure. So we're going to end this right here. I've got a lot to do. My man's going to finish this up, so I will catch you later. Peace out from the ridge.